Hey guys, what's up? Here's what's going on. So, apparently, I'm not on the schedule for next week for Winn-Dixie. For some reason, they didn't put me on the schedule. I tried finding out yesterday, and nobody could tell me the answer. Nobody could tell me the answer. So, I'm sitting here in limbo, sitting at home, eating dinner, as you can tell, and drinking water. You know, have no soda for the time being. Out of money, obviously. Um, so resorting to drink the water and milk. So, but anyway, uh, I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Um, I start my orientation with Home Depot tomorrow, the one by Tower Mall. I go in tomorrow from orientation. Um, so hopefully this works out. I will stay with Home Depot. I liked Home Depot. I just left because I wanted to go back to Publix, and Publix kind of kicked me to the curb. And because of my incident with the VA, it didn't stick well with Publix's hiring standards. I failed the background check to get into Publix, but they let me work for a few weeks with them to get me in. They said they're gonna work with me on my attitude. They're gonna work with me on me being faster and not being so slow. I didn't meet to the requirements. Winn-Dixie kind of pushed me to the curb. All my requests for days off is not on there on the site for employees. My availability is still the same. Uh, I'm available any day of the week. Home Depot basically is giving me more money. I'm gonna go with Home Depot because they're paying me $17.50 an hour. I'm only getting 20 to 30 hours a week, which is better compared to how minimized Winn-Dixie staff is. Winn-Dixie's shortly staffed. They just lost 4 people. The grocery manager left yesterday. I found out, and they're short staffed in the grocery department. They're short staffed up front. They're short staffed on management. It's a lot of people don't really work for Winn-Dixie like that because of the low pay. Not many benefits with Winn-Dixie. Publix is a better fit. I think Publix is a better fit. I like Publix. I shopped at Publix for quite a while. I've worked at Publix for a little bit. I was a grocery clerk and I was a bagger. I like Publix. Hopefully get to go back one day. On a side note, me and my mom got into it today about some living arrangements. She's not happy with me not paying my end of the bargain. We're not on good terms right now. We avoid each other basically. She accused me of something yesterday that I didn't do, but that's something that we'll talk about another day, on another day. So, but we're gonna work this out. I'm gonna move out of her house, hopefully by the end of the year. Hoping to, somewhere in St. Peter, Seminole, find an apartment somewhere, live there, and get this money up, get my credit score up, pay off these bills, and get me the hell out of her house. Hopefully move to Brooksville one day to get me away from all this, cause this is getting crazy. It's just getting nuts. My sister hardly talks to me. My mom and I get into it every day. My brother and I hardly talk. The neighbors hardly talk. The neighbors over here in my neighborhood hardly talk to me. They got their own thing going on. Everyone's sick. Everyone's working on things, and no one trusts me because I'm always home, and they see me home, and I'm not really doing much. But I'm doing chores around the house. I'm not lazy. If I get a roommate, I will help out as much as I can. I'll pitch in. I was a good help in my sister's house, but I screwed that up, obviously. My mom keeps reminding me of everything I'm doing. She blatantly tells me that I'm a failure, I'm a loser, and I try to overlook that in the best way possible. But at the end of the day, I try to look at it a more positive note and try not to let it get to me. But like I said, we get into it every day. I don't like living with my mom. I can't stress that enough. But, it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it other than save money and get me out of here. Get me the hell out of here one day. It's going to happen. I'm getting sick of living here. I've already told her to her face, I'm sick of living here. But at the end of the day, you just gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you have. Eventually, one day, she said she's gonna kick me out. Hopefully, not anytime soon. I need a job first, so I can live off what I need to live off of. Hopefully, get a new bike one day and get a new scooter. I'm trying to sell my scooter, trying to sell my bike. Not having any effort, not even having any success in doing so. I still have my promise ring I gave to Jessie, or my girlfriend. So we hardly talk. She's busy. I'm busy. So, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Just hanging out, doing what I need to do. Hopefully get a job. Getting sick of sitting at home, not doing much. But it's gonna work out. I have high faith and confidence it'll work out, and things will work out in my favor. I just gotta be patient. So, we'll see what happens.